like a pro. You thought.
Hey y'all, hope everybody's doing well. Today we're going to be doing a virgin relaxer on my client Michaela. Y'all, she has been natural for 7 years and that has now officially come to an end. And actually, from the first tidbit that you saw, her hair was actually longer than that. So what I did was she had pitched the idea of cutting her hair. And I was like, you sure you want to cut your hair? Like, that's a really, 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 really big lifestyle change, you know. For some easier, for some harder, just depending on what you want to deal with. And so she said, I'm 100% sure. I said, okay, how about we just cut a bob today and we'll just take off a couple of inches. So I took off like 6 inches of her hair. Like, her hair was pretty long. And I said, if you don't like this and you are still sold on cutting your hair, when you come back, we're going to cut it. And we're going to cut it off. And we was cracking up and she said, okay. So now we're here. It's time to cut it. She's tired. She doesn't want to deal with her natural hair anymore. And she also realized she can take a lot, better care of her hair when it's relaxed. And so I'm here for it. Natural isn't for everybody. Relaxers aren't for everybody. But it helps to know what you want to deal with. So we getting ready to give her a nice, modern, sexy cut. And it's going to be something low maintenance, a cut that's going to grow out really easily for her and something that she can maintain. So guys, as you can see, Michaela's edges are just a tad bit thinner and a little bit more noticeable in terms of density. And we have never really got to the root problem why. And I'm almost 100% sure and certain that it could be linked to genetics over like anything. And when it's linked to genetics, most of the time there's pretty much nothing you can do unless you're going to go, a step further and go to a trichologist or somebody who specializes in hair loss to kind of flip the script. But if you just want to deal with the cards that you're dealt with naturally, then there are things that you can do to kind of fix that. So I have already sectioned off her edges, and I'm going to actually pull that part forward. Reason being is because by pulling it forward, I'll be able to camouflage and actually give her the illusion that she has hair there. And then also, she'll also be able to style it easier as well. Now, luckily for Michaela, she has a lot of hair everywhere else. So her only major problem area is that like a little bit above her ear. But everything else is thick and beautiful. So we have more than enough hair to play with and to kind of give the illusion that it's a lot going on, around her face frame, even though it actually may not be. So we have enough to play with. We have enough that we can style. It's a lot that we can do with this. But she saw this kind of like mushroom, kind of pixie kind of look, and it is so adorable. And I love that haircut because one, it grows out easily, and two, it's low maintenance. You can style your hair at home. You can come to the salon. As long as it's relaxed and cut right, that haircut will grow out, beautifully, and you don't really have to manipulate and do a whole lot to it. You can wear it sleek, it'll look good. You can curl it, it'll look good. You can wear it to the side, it'll look good. You can even wear it in the middle and it'll look good. It's a chicer look that way, but it's so many different ways that you can wear this haircut. So I'm excited, and so we getting ready to just chop her up. So guys, I am using a combination of 3 different tools to achieve Michaela's dream haircut. I am using shears, I am using a razor, and I'm also using a dual-sided razor. Reason being is because you want this haircut to flow. And though I could achieve this entire haircut with, just using one of all the tools, sometimes I like to switch it up because some areas need to, have a different feel than others. So, for example, at the bottom, you see I've used the shears, and that's because I need it to be really, really, really precise and even, and one blade will get that done. But for the top and the mushroom part, I really like it to flow and kind of have a softer edge. So I am using my razor to go around that side, just so it doesn't look too uniform. And when she styles her hair, she has this, this feathered, effortless, and it has texture to it. It's just not so blunt. Now, I could do it blunt, but that's not the look we're going for. We want it airy, soft, feminine. So the razor is going to give us the tool to be able to, kind of make it wispy how she's going to like it. So let me just say this right quick, guys. This has been on my heart for some time now, and I think it's finally time to say it because the smoke is now clearing, and now it's just the perfect time to say it. Okay, so when the natural hair gurus first came in, and y'all know who I'm talking about, everybody that was, pushing, using all this stuff on your hair, all these concoctions and all this stuff, just people who just pretty much just found, hey, my hair grows long naturally, or I figured out what works for me, so I'm going to share it with the world. And the world took it by storm, and instead of everybody looking through the lens of this worked for that one person, they thought that it would work for them. And before you know it, the whole entire Black hair community was natural. Some by choice, some because they just felt pressured. Everybody just decided to go natural. And in the beginning, I was all like, in the beginning, I was for it. And here's why. Most of the time, let's just say during that era, I would really want to say, 90s to maybe even early 2000s, people were abusing relaxers. And a lot of the stylists were, doing relaxers back to back way too soon, over processing people's hair. People just didn't take it as serious as what it was. So a lot of us didn't get to see our hair grow long and grow healthy, and we attributed a lot of those causes to relaxers. And no one ever told us that it wasn't the relaxers that were doing this to us. They told us that, let me flip that. No one ever told us it was the stylist. They made it seem like it was the relaxer's fault, and that's false. If you abuse anything and don't use it how it should be used, and if you don't know how to use it properly, you're not going to see the results that you wish to see. You're actually going to see the opposite. And so that's what happened to a lot of us. Our hair broke off. We had burned spots, thinning edges. You name it, we've all pretty much experienced it. And that wasn't good. It wasn't good. So a lot of us shied away from relaxers. I can't fault us there. We did what we had to do because we wanted to finally see what our hair looked like, long and healthy. And we thought natural was the key to that. But all these years later, let's just say 15 years later, 15 some odd years later, we have finally realized that natural hair can be just as broken and damaged and unhealthy too. And here's why. Because if you don't know how to take care of your hair, period, your hair is not going to flourish. I don't care if it's natural or relaxed. Y'all, I was going through a time where I was getting through a case of relaxer maybe like 3 to 4 months. And by then, the relaxer had pretty much gone bad, so I had to throw it out, right? I have done so many virgin relaxers within this past 2 months. Like I'm getting through a case of relaxer in like 1 to 2 weeks now, whereas before it was like 4 months, and I was sometimes forced to throw out the relaxer. And this is because people are starting to wake the hell up. People are starting to realize that my hair wasn't healthy when I was relaxed. It wasn't healthy when I was natural. It's even more damaged now that I'm natural. So at least if I modify how I wear my relaxers, I can take better care of my hair. And I'm just clapping everywhere, y'all. Like, I'm clapping for the girls. I'm clapping because people are finally starting to realize that it's not what you use. It's not what you do. It's how you do it, the frequency in which it's done. And Michaela is one of those beautiful people who has just realized, and the light bulb has went off on her own, by the way, that my lifestyle cannot accommodate being natural. It just doesn't. She likes to work out. She's a nurse, so her hair is, up most of the time. And not only is she a nurse, she's in school as well. So natural hair is, and her hair is thick. This girl got some thick hair, as you can see. So a relaxer, that was the best thing for her. And she also wanted to cut it because she realized I can just take better care of my hair. At this point, people are past what it looks like and the sound of something just sounding nice to your ears. It sounds nice to say my hair is long and natural. Yeah, it might be long, it may be natural, but if it's dry, broken, split ends, you name it, then what's the use in being natural? You're not really getting to reap the benefits of it. You just happy to say you natural. So I don't know what's going on, y'all, but the smoke is starting to clear and people are starting to realize that it's about healthy hair, period. It's not about the bells and whistles. It's not about the illusion of something. It's not about how something sounds. It's about healthy hair. And whoever can help them reach their healthy hair goals, that's where they're starting to go. All right, now, y'all, so Michaela's hair done dried, and y'all, look, it took her hair, 25 to 30 minutes to dry? It didn't even take no time, and you see that hair is sleek. And I also want to add that we also put a jet black rinse on her hair. Well, not jet black, it was really more of an off black, and yes, there is a difference between jet black and off black, and I'm sensitive about it, okay? Jet black is definitely more aggressive. Off black is more natural, okay? Just for those who want to know. So anyways, we did an off black demi color at the bowl, and that's because on short hair, when it's brown, it can still be beautiful, but sometimes brown just don't hit like black short hair does, or any colored hair. I always think short haircuts need some type of cellophane or some type of sheen, something to just intensify the color. And for her, this black looks good on this short hair. It's not too much. So it's got that haircut popping now, and now I'm just going through and I'm just going to clean up anything that I see and also texturize her hair a little bit more using my shears. Just trying to take some of the bulk out that I may see. And I've actually had cut her hair again after we rinsed out her relaxer and it was still wet before I molded it. I went through and I cut it once more, just because you want to get up. You kind of just want to do it gradually. You don't want to take off too much at one time, and you also don't want to take out too little to where you're wasting product. You know what I mean? So I try to get it to a nice, kind of length to where I had enough to still kind of play with in the end and kind of just detail it. And y'all, she could have walked out the door like this, okay? We didn't even have to put no curls in this hair. I could have put some hairspray in it, a little serum, and she could have went on by her business, because that's how chic and beautiful it looks. Like with short hair, a little lip gloss, a little lashes, a little piece of hoop earring, and some blush, you good to go. You can walk straight out the door and be good. But I wanted to see it come to life, so of course I curled it. But it's looking good on her, guys, and I'm just like, I am so happy for people who are just realizing that hair is about lifestyle. It's not about popularity. It shouldn't be about what's trending. A good hairstyle is all about what caters to you, what you can maintain, and what you like, essentially, you know what I mean? Like, it's not cookie cutter. And that's why I always stress that I am a hair designer. Color, cut, relax, natural, whatever. I design a look for you, not for what you send me a picture of. We can always use that as inspiration, but essentially we have to figure out something that works for you, and we have figured out what works for Michaela. And I love it when my clients are satisfied, and I love it when it just makes sense. Okay, so now I am using my Kenra number 8, and this is a very, very, very misty light hold spray, and it's perfect for people who have relaxers because let's just, when your hair is relaxed, you really don't need a whole lot of holding products. The bonds are already broken, so it's kind of already gonna behave, you know what I mean? So I'm just using a light hold spray. She does have a pixie cut, and so we do want to keep the shape and the definition there a little bit. And I'm then going to use my irons on low. And when I say low, I mean like 300, 310 at the max, like 285 even. When the hair is bone straight like this, you do not need to put high heat on it. You can really damage and even melt the hair. So when your hair is relaxed, bone straight like hers is, turn your heat down. Low heat is essential and it's ideal for people who have relaxed hair. Now, I say relax, but there are even levels to relaxed hair. So if your hair is relaxed and coarse, relaxers don't change your hair type, it just changed the essential overall texture. That's a whole nother video. But in her case, Michaela's hair is fine. It's just very, very thick. So we could have got away with like 300 degrees, using that. That was good enough for her. So using that is going to keep the integrity of her hair and also keep the shine there too. And the plates are going to glide easily. If you find that your plates are clumping up on your hair and stuff, sometimes the heat can be too high. Turn the heat down so it won't melt the hair. And when it's too high, your hair is literally melting. It'll fall out later, but you don't want to melt it. So, that's all we're doing. Taking it and just softly beveling it. I'm not using any type of, particular form or anything like that. I'm just going through and just curling it, just kind of, freehanding it. No type of direction. I really want it to be a lived-in haircut, something that she can recreate easily when she's at home. All right, y'all. So we are finished. And of course, I'm misting her with my laminate spray. I love this stuff. It's good for the short hair girls, the long hair girls, the natural girls, the relaxed hair girls, whatever. I love this spray. It's never going nowhere. And I'm getting ready to comb it through. And we about to be done. It came out so good, guys. And y'all, like I told you, a lot of people starting to get relaxers and a lot of people are starting to cut their hair off. We realizing that length is not for everybody. It's just not. It's all about what you can handle. And my girl is looking good. Y'all, I've been doing Michaela's hair for years now. It's probably been about, how long? Maybe about 5 years? It's been a good little minute. Has it been about 5 years? I think so. Yeah. And her hair, we've seen it flourish. She's seen it at its healthiest when it's long and stuff. And she just realized it's going to grow back. And I'm so happy for her because this looks good on her and I love it. And so I can't wait to record again so y'all can see how we eventually switch up her look a little bit as it starts to grow out. So thank y'all so much for watching. If you have not yet subscribed to my channel, go and subscribe. Join the Brandi Beauty family. Y'all, it's just a little different around here. We have fun, we have fun. And I appreciate you guys watching my content, and I'll see y'all in my next video.